So I got, if you look at the outside, it's pretty dirty again. We washed it 5, 6 years ago. It's getting to look a little nasty again, and when we did our 5-year, last year, whatever, he said the coatings are getting bad, right? If you look at the tower, you can see where the coatings are coming off and the rust is coming through, and it's been 20 years since that tower's been painted.
More than that, 1999.
So 24 years, so I think you got your life expectancy out of that paint.
Is that when it was built, 99?
No, it was built in 1977.
Was painted
But
last
you know,
time.
Keith, that it cost us more to paint that last time than it originally did to build it because of the lead paint on there.
Yeah, the paint had to be stripped.
Yeah, it was down in there now.
Well, and we've been talking to a company too, just for options, because we know that paint is coming up. And pretty much the further you let it go, the more it's gonna cost to do that remediation and
you
tarping.
realize that according to that Cardinal that's on there, the athletic club paid for that, we didn't pay for that.
So we have some options in mind, just early conversation on how to pay for this and how, like, what things we can do. If we put a corral at the top of that, I don't know if this is a controversial topic or not, but we can do cell towers, we can do
We can sell
sponsorship,
airspace off the
we
top.
can sell airspace, we can do,
idea.
yeah.
Our High Street tower is already set up for that when they
That's
built
what that railing is on.
Yeah, and well, they got the rail on the top, it's all, comes through the floor and through the inside of the tower, all your parts are there to run it up there.
But you know where that cell tower is south of Mayville across from Tad? They originally approached us about putting a tower on top of the one on Clark Street there,
Mhm.
but it was cheaper for them to put that out there than.
Probably because we didn't have that corral up there.
Well, the Clark Street Tower now, I believe, is the one that's got the county's, got
Yes.
the repeater
Yep.
stuff on there, and that would not necessarily be compatible with a cell tower on there, so.
Well, we don't know.
I don't know, I don't know that. I mean, theirs don't even go to the top. I don't think they got stuff on
Oh, yeah,
there.
there's one, it's
There's one on
attached
the
to a
top.
magnet on there,
I
yeah.
see one on the side about halfway up.
No, that's for your SCADA system back to the.
Oh, that's for the SCADA back to the plant, so they got one up on the top,
So
so
there's one on the back.
without a corral.
There are probably two antennas on there. One, it's a repeater system, so it'd be one for send and one for
But it's
receive.
nothing like these cell towers you see on there. This is just
Stick.
it isn't even like 6 feet tall, I don't think, not even that tall.
It wouldn't have to be, that's speed.
We have some options being discussed as far as what we can do.
And
Painting, selling, I mean, we
just
wouldn't wanna
for-
put the Metalcraft
for the future, I got a
sponsorship right
ballpark,
next to Mac, I don't know if we do that,
you know, we gotta start planning for painting that thing inside and out. Ballpark on that was about 330.
They can make lawnmowers, all right?
There was re-epoxying the inside, sandblasting, taking it down and getting, I mean, it's a necessary evil coming in the near future, so it's time to plan for it, I guess.
we're overdue, if it's fair warning.
Just to wash it
Trying to come up with ways
today's
to,
dollars is 11,000, I think the last time was only
Five.
6.
We might as well put it off and wait till it's painted then, hadn't we?
that's kind of the
That's what he
recommendation we
suggested,
got.
and that,
Yeah,
and his numbers he threw at me were, I think that 180 and that 180 inside, 150 outside also included putting new safety cables in, you know, things like that inside. It's just an estimate right now, it's not but it's something I think that should be talked about or brought up. And, you know, and then there'd be, you know, more to put that corral up or whatever you want, if you have some interest in that. I don't know.
Well, things to look at and.
Is there more?
You know, well, this was a long time ago. It was the previous water tower up on High Street. The cable company, it wasn't Spectrum at the time, it was even before Charter. They wanted to put a microwave antenna up there and the city wouldn't go with it. And I don't remember, I wasn't all that involved with the city, it was after I was off council, but the answer was no. And I don't know if the position has substantially changed. I suppose it's completely different council now. So.
They put their own freestanding tower next to it.
That's when they built that freestanding tower.
I mean, but is there more carriers now that wanna break into the area that are here? I don't know.
There's a pretty good demand on tower space. I know that.
You know,
And
that's,
it's limited here. I mean, your only two carriers in this city are probably US Cellular and Verizon for cellular service.
Oh, I mean, we have a corral put on this one if it isn't necessary, if we got one on that one.
Well, it depends on the, I don't know.
I don't know the lay of the land or what they're looking at.
Or how packed they can make
Because
it,
that
or
tower is the exact same height as that one over
Is it?
there, it's just that it's on a hill.
it just, yeah, just the elevation is different.
You'd probably wanna have somebody that could, they're,
Somebody that knows more about that than me.
yeah,
Well,
well, than any of us, there are programs that you can use that'll give you a projection of, if you had a transmitter here that transmitted at such a wattage at such a frequency, it'll show you the pattern that it'll,
Okay,
and that would probably be whoever was trying to come in here and get tower space, they would do that.
okay.
I mean, I guess if you'd want us to pursue it more, my opinion would be find guys that got them. Is it working for you or not? Is it a good deal, bad deal? I know if you go through Allenton, theirs is full.
Mhm.
That,
Well, they're
They
in a
make-
prime spot though, they're right on next to the
they
highway.
make some really good money on that. And I mean, and there's a thing, it's becomes a legality and different things, but it's a lot of homework. If it's something you think we should possibly pursue, we could go for it, I don't know.
But then you gotta look at too, you got a lot more people that are gonna want access to your public water supply, you want that?
I don't know how often they gotta get up there, once
Yeah,
it's
well, it's just
installed, I
that-
know, I've had one in the past, and they didn't.
Yeah.
Didn't go up much, I don't know. It's
Right, well-
different things to talk about, it's just to throw it out there to generate some revenue, it's a possibility.
All right. Pool system hydrant flushing is posted and begun this week. After this round of flushing, we'll have flow information rate for the entire system in our GIS mapping system. So that's something we share with the fire department as well. They have our mapping system. They know flow rates before they ever get to an emergency and what's out of service, what the flow rate is and everything.
That's good.
Hopefully helps them out. Great. Annual PSC report for 2022 has been submitted as of yesterday. Mike, water loss percentage is 10%.
Oh, good.
I knew you'd want that number, so I made sure I looked. Results for our first round of PFAS testing were all no detect. Today, we also received an email that due to the no detection, the remaining monitoring requirements for 2023 have been waived. So we were in for some really expensive testing for 3/4 of 2023. And we've been waived after our first round of testing, so.
Possibility to what, 3 to 6 years of not doing it again, depending upon all the.
This
rest.
is something that we need to share with the good citizens of Mayville.
It's been all over the news and back and forth. Yeah,
It has been on the news.
well, I mean, constantly. I mean, that's
Well,
all you
PFAS
hear.
has been,
Yeah, it's
but
PFAS in general.
Mayville is cool when it comes to PFAS. That's what we need to get out.
That's going on the water tower when we paint it. Maybe it's cool when it comes to PFAS.
Also slashed.
There you go.
That's the
Also,
slogan.
We also need to get a press release with your smiling face and everyone else from that department down there and that nice plaque.
That will be available in this week's paper, is
Very
my
good.
understanding.
Very good.
Yeah, so we will be good. Questions on water?
Well, for status, as far as breaking
planning
ground or
meeting.
doing anything there?
Yep, there's a planning meeting next week. I just put it in my calendar earlier today.
Email just came in.
Yeah,
It's
So,
coming. We'll be meeting with Greg. shortly.
pre-con meeting is coming,
Right.
and I think it's next week. And there's a duck. We're good, we're good.
24th or 25th.
The 24th, I think it is, yeah.
He's got either time. So,
Okay,
one of the
okay.
2 days.
So I have an email to answer. All right, pre-con's coming.
Right.
All right, wastewater, you ready for wastewater? All right. First round of industrial mercury testing will be sent out this week. That's, we went through to approve that industrial pretreatment compliant twice a year mercury testing for them. So the first round of that is headed out the door. We had a lab audit by the DNR. It's complete, went well, and we'll be receiving a written report soon. I think we're on every 2-year schedule for that, so we're done. We passed. We're not shut down. Okay. We were delivered a notice of noncompliance for the April 1st treatment facility overflow. Written response is required to that by 5/26. I met our new DNR representative. She delivered the notice. City clerk had to sign it as well. We're doing everything that they want to see
Is that for
done.
that 750 gallons?
Yeah, so, well, we have a history of overflows at the treatment plant, and the treatment facilities planning is what they want to see accomplished. So we're doing what we can. Yep.
So fix things, do our upgrades, and that'll problem should go away.
Why don't you see if the DNR would like to buy that whole building?
At headquarters?
Yeah.
For sale at
Send it to them
headquarters.
for 5 minutes.
5.1 maybe with some
We could
incidentals.
write off.
Yeah. That would work.
Sell it for somebody to turn it into a restaurant.
There you go. Ooh,
There's a thought.
I don't know if I can do that.
That thought.
Non-compliance. UV disinfections installed and operational. For our permit, we'll be testing, we usually test fecal coliform for starting in May. We're doing E. coli as well. We have a permit reissuance coming up, and that's kind of, the E. coli is the wave of the future for permit reissuance. So if you don't have data going into a new permit, you will have some created for you. So we're trying to get ahead of this permit reissuance. And
So UV startup was yesterday. Any issues with the bulbs there? They're getting old.
we had them go through in the winter, and they tear everything apart,
Right.
grease everything, clean everything, and have them ready to go for me. So
When's your first fecal test to see if it's working?
last week, we did one when we installed them last week, and
Okay.
and we had zero E. coli, zero fecal coliforms.
Good.
All good. I'm like one behind on all of these. Safety training today, we've been trying to get back into here. We've completed 2 so far. Confined space, what was the other one? Oh,
Heat stress.
On the day I laughed, because on the day that it snowed, I had set up a heat stress.
Oh, that's good.
May 1st when it snowed, I'm showing them heat stress training, whatever. It worked. One thing I didn't put on the agenda I wanted to bring up, there's only 2 more, I swear, we're close, is in this fall, we would like to have the idea to, I guess, a little PR, join the parade. September, is it now? I don't know, Audubon Days. Audubon Days.
18th-ish, something like that.
Okay, we wanted to,
Bed races?
I think I almost killed half of them last time, so I don't know if we're gonna be able to do that again.
Are you gonna run the sewer jetter through it, the parade or what?
We wanted to take the new truck too. We could run the jetter.
Could have a sewer queen and everything.
You know, the ideas that come from this committee are just amazing.
We'll nominate the queen by the end of the route. What we wanted to do was put some information out on Billings ahead of time and do a food pantry drive, like fill the back of we have the new sewer truck, do a food pantry drive. I have wrestlers from youth to high school available to collect those items if we are in that parade. So incorporate 2 groups,
Trying to fill the truck.
trying to fill the truck. And,
Great idea.
so, yeah, I didn't think anybody would have any opposition to us doing anything like that unless you wanted as a,
We're gonna need all the PR we can get if we're gonna raise the rate.
Yeah, better do that before the $23.
are you mind reading here? No, you're good. But yeah, we try, but we'd like to do that as long as nobody's opposed, and I think we said employees in it said if it's an issue as far as, I don't know what the entry fee for a parade is, but we'd
We'll just cover
we'd
it.
pay for it as employees if that becomes a issue with, funding and stuff like that, so not a problem. Last item was just recently brought up, Monday night's meeting, we have a potential issue. Alley Street and Meadowcraft recommendations that went to common council. If we don't have a quorum, those projects are delayed and can't be approved on Monday.
On council or on council?
I think it's on the council agenda for Monday. Yeah, it's common
This
council approval this coming Monday for Alley Street. So it's kind of a formality for our projects, but there's definitely some importance
Well,
to.
there should always be a quorum, and the fact that
If
there wasn't last
everybody
night.
shows up, there's a quorum.
There's-
You know, probably.
Yeah, so
I-
Monday has something, there's
I suspect-
consequences to Monday.
I suspect by the end of the night tonight that we will have quorum, so I hope everybody's ready
Okay.
for Monday.
And I don't know how to explain that or how it plays out,
We'll see how it goes.
but just, you guys are, well, you're in council, so we have a potential issue that could really impact utilities if we still have issues come Monday, so. It's,
So fix it. We gotta take care of it.
there's the answer, we're done. All right, any questions over there? I'll hand out the parade sign-up sheet if you guys wanna walk along. No? Okay. That's what we figured we'd get the young wrestlers for that, so they all said they would.
T-shirts?
Was it walk along, you said, walk along?
Yeah, I was gonna have the wrestlers pick up the canned goods, they're strong.
Okay.
We'll get
Let's
you.
move on to item H, adjournment. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You know, question.